Eh. Yo. Here we go, everybody. We're about to start the show. I'm lumbering up in here. What's up? Let's go. Who's ready? Are you ready? Because I'm ready. Let's go.
Nothing and not so bad.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 37 of the Not So Bad podcast. We are live here in the Not So Bad studio. As always, it's your boy Conscious here, Conscious Doc, a.k.a. Joshua David. I am here giving you the thrills without taking pills. I am here to give you the business because I mean business, and anything else that I can think of that might rhyme with those things. I'm not quite sure what else I would rhyme with that, but that's what it is. So, hello everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on this, the 10th of February. So 8 days ago was my birthday. It was a pretty uneventful but decent birthday. I had a good time. I had a good day. I can't be too mad about it. So, this is where we're at. This is where we are at. I am going to pull up the live video so I can be with you guys. And that's about it. I'm going to make sure I'm paying attention to your comments and everything else in between. We have sound, we have audio, we have visuals. So I am here to give you the rundown of the week. Let me pull up Facebook here. Here we go. I got the video up. Everything's cool. So I'm going to share this now. Share. And I'm going to share it as myself, as Joshua. Share on a page you manage. Nope. I'm going to share on my timeline. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to share. No. To close this, right? Yeah, I'm going to just share. Share it up. Share it up. Share it up, share it up, yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, let's go to Facebook. What's up, guys? Like I said, this is episode 37. And if you want to watch this episode, I'm sharing it right now as myself, I'm sharing it as Joshua David Whitty, so that way you guys can get the links. Because I'm trying to, yeah, here we go. Okay, share. No, I want to share as me, so I'm sharing the video. Nobody's probably going to get on until I do that. Podcast, share as. There it is, guys. I just shared the post, so hopefully now people will see it. I'm going to go to the YouTube and I'm going to share that with you guys. So my week has been pretty uneventful. Like I said, 8 days ago was my birthday. Nothing too fancy or special about it, but I did have a pretty good day. I had to work at night. The bakery lady that actually works at the store for my nighttime, my second job is my nighttime job. And she actually gave me a card, and I forgot about that card until I came in to, I went to go to work on Monday, and I looked in my pocket of the pants I was wearing from the weekend, and there was a card, and it had money in it. I was like, dude, that is super cool. Thank you so much. So she did me a huge favor, and she hooked me up. She gave me $20. I barely know the lady. I got her a Christmas gift of a candle and a card, so it wasn't like it wasn't crazy. But the fact that I did that, she must have been happy about it, and yeah, I thought that was really neat
for her to do that for me. It was really nice. So shout out to Mary the donut. She even signed the card, Mary the donut lady, on it. So we're gonna get right down to business now because I'm pretty sure people can start filing in. If not, that's my fault. Then I screwed up doing the live. So
Hopefully somebody sees the link. I went live from the podcast page and trying to move everybody over there.
but I haven't
It's the first time doing this, so we might
be slow to receiving some guests. All you audio listeners out
there. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to start, as always, with Today in Hip Hop and Music History.
this is a pretty big one.
Because it's one of my favorite artists.
So
Jay
Dilla was born 3 days ago in 1974. On this day in 2006, James DeWitt Yancey, better known as Jay Dilla, he died. So this is the 9 year, 13 year anniversary. It's been 13 years since Jay Dilla died, and the work that he did with MF Doom and some other artists, just Jay Dilla is one of those mastermind like producers. He's exceptional at writing, exceptional at composing, great at like finding samples and just like using the equipment that he has at his disposal to like make the best sounds. I mean, he's been quoted, he's been like used as a top echelon. He knows how to sample things and make music happen. So that's sad that he died 13 years ago today. I was 16 years old. It would have been 8 days after my 16th birthday is when he passed away. Another one who 5 days after my birthday, February 7th, 2000, I was 10 years old when Big Pun, Christopher Lee Rios, better known as Big Pun, died.
So this is a pretty heavy week for hip hop loss. So there's a couple more. I didn't write them all down, but the good news of today, like those things happened, but also in 2004, on February 10th, Kanye West released his debut album, College Dropout. College Dropout was one of those albums that was super dense. It was a
Very, very well received, very well written, just good album. Like you
couldn't hate
on it because it was so good. A lot of people
love that album, and it's for good reason.
one of the best albums ever.
You just
Can't deny that. There's
no denying
that was
a seminal album for anyone.
if you listen to College Dropout, then you know it has his
Some of his most iconic songs, but real quick, I just want to touch on
Kanye West's newest stuff, because if you look at the difference between his music then and now, like 808s and Heartbreak was one of my favorite albums ever. Me and my friends used to bang the fuck out of that album. But now you have Diddy Scoop, Scoop, Scoopity Poop. He puts out that kind of stuff just because he wants to prove that he has artistic integrity. Like he wants to be the artist he wants to be. No ifs, ands, or buts. He's not playing around. And it's kind of crazy. I don't know anybody who would put out something like that, but again, that's probably why he does it, because that he's the best, even though like nobody disagrees with him. Everybody knows that he's pretty amazing and that he's a genius. I don't think anybody takes any credit away from him. I'm pretty sure everybody gives him the credit that he deserves. So for Kanye West to go from
dropping College Dropout 2004 on this day to just now, within the past month, like going crazy,
slavery was a choice, like he was saying weird things and he was putting out music that just, I can't believe that song.
You're such a fucking hoe. I can't believe that song made it as far as it did.
Because it's such a bad song.
And I get it. I mean, everybody wants to put out the music
They want to, and like I'm proud and happy that he made it to a point where you can do that. It's still fucking insane.
you shouldn't do that.
It's fucking crazy. But you guys know what
Time it is. As always, at this point in the show, after we start, I run through this day in history.
and now we have
The good, the ugly, and the not so bad.
We have the good, the ugly, and the not so bad. The good of today.
it's the Grammys. It's the Grammys right now. There's winners being announced. It's the
You can watch the Grammys today. I haven't watched them yet. I usually wait till afterwards.
so I can skip through all the bullshit and just like watch parts of it that I want to see. Who cares about the Grammys really? But some cool stuff.
It happened earlier when I was putting together the rundown. They already announced the winners for the best recording package.
It was the complete works of Weird Al Yankovic. So Weird Al Yankovic
Won
for the best recording package, and that's fucking awesome.
because I'm a huge Weird Al fan. I was when I was a kid, and I probably always will be a fan. It's just
What it is. So I am extremely happy that he won something and that he got a Grammy. I mean, who doesn't like Weird Al? If you don't know who Weird Al Yankovic is, please look him up because he's one of the most iconic parody songwriters ever. He's super intelligent, super smart. If you haven't seen the movie UHF, then we can't be friends. UHF is a classic. It's a hilarious movie. He's really good in it. He was also in. What else was he in? If anybody knows any Weird Al Yankovic movies, let me know. He's in a few of them. He does cameos and Naked Gun, 33 and a third, I think. He was in the third one or the second one? He was in one of the Naked Gun movies. I'm pretty sure it's 33 and a third. The Ugly for today is also coming from the Grammys, news from the Grammys. A year after the Me Too movement, women are still missing in music. It's just a fact. There's less women in the Grammys still. The winners of this year's Grammy Awards will be announced tonight, and it's been a year since outrage erupted in the music business after Neil Portnow, president and CEO of the Recording Academy, the organization which gives out the Grammys, said in an interview that women should step up if they wanted to be recognized in the music. And I don't know if you guys have been paying attention for the past few years or more. Women have been stepping. Look at Aretha Franklin. Women have been stepping up for a long time. Beyonce, Rihanna, Meghan Trainor, Adele, fucking Baby Rexha, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Pink, Katy Perry. You have all these female artists. I can't. Taylor Swift. All these. There's so many good female artists. There's too many to name. You know, Remy Ma, and there's all like just deserving females. And I think they should possibly make their own category because they're getting left out for like best male artist, best female artist, best female record, best male record. Like maybe they should do it that way. Even though I get it, women want to be equal on the same playing field, but it's hard when the majority, like it's 60-40. If 60% of the performance of the artists are male and 40% are female, then there's going to be disparity. But I don't know what the numbers are on that. I should look it up. But he said that women should step up if they want to get recognized, which is totally wrong. And then Ariana Grande decided last week that she's not going to perform or attend because she was stifled creatively. This guy wanted to, I think his name's Ken something, but he was like the director of the Grammys, and he wanted to pick the set list and how she performed her music and what songs, and she wasn't about it. Like, that's totally understandable. She said, no, I'm going to pick the songs that I perform and how I perform them. You're not. And he like tweeted some shit that was like really shady, and she responded with the truth and said, no, you wouldn't let me perform and you tried to stifle my creativity, so I said no. And what he said something along the lines of, oh yeah, she couldn't pull it together fast enough to get the performance ready. And he was like pretty much making the assumption that she had a week to get ready and she couldn't do it. She couldn't get a show together in 1 week. Even though she came back and said, I could get a show together in one night, you know better than that, Ken, and like called him out by name. So it was a pretty shitty situation. It's ugly because I like Ariana Grande, but she's not going to be performing at the Grammys or attending because of that whole situation. And that's why it's the ugly. That's the ugly for this week. Now the not so bad is the not so bad category is things that are like either way. Like who cares, and you should have seen it coming. Like everybody knew it's no big deal. It's not surprising. So the not so bad is Dave Chappelle wins Best Comedy Album. I don't know if you guys saw his Netflix specials. They were hilarious. They were well written. They were great. Dave Chappelle is one of those he's a comedian genius. He came back after years and years of not performing. He stepped onto the stage and his Netflix special showed just how ready and he was. I think the second one was better. I think it's called Bird something or Equilibrium. I forget the name. What's the name of the second one? I forget the name of both of them right now. I thought I had them written down, but Chappelle wins Best Comedy Album, and then the other thing that's not so bad, I don't know if you saw this, but Halsey performed at SNL. She posted on SNL, Saturday Night Live, and she also performed. It was the way she performed that was pretty intense. She painted a portrait of a face upside down, so she was standing on the canvas, right? She's performing and singing at the same time, and you could hear she's not lip syncing. So she's singing, performing, she's painting it upside down. So like she starts with the eyes, but everything's facing away. She's standing over top of it. So she paints this picture, and at the end of the song, it's like this really pretty face outline with like some color and this like red headpiece, bandana thing. It was really cool. I thought it was a pretty neat performance. It was just something that I didn't really, you know, like, okay, Halsey's really creative. That's not something I would have, you know, been like, oh no, she'd never do that. Of course she'd do something like that. It's Halsey, she's creative. If you guys have ever seen her paintings on Twitter, she shares pictures of her art a lot, and it's really good. She's a really talented artist. So all around, Halsey's the past 2 years, ever since her and, God, what is it? Her and, who was it? I can't remember who it was. Yeah, there we go. Her and it was her and the Chainsmokers. Her and the Chainsmokers did that big song, and it was like 50. It was forever at the top one. It was number one forever for like 20 weeks. It was crazy. I remember hearing that song every single day on the radio multiple times. They killed that song over and over again and made it so. It was so hard to listen to. How many times they played that over and over and over again. Absolutely destroyed it. It was so fucking annoying. But it was a good song. It was a banger. It was a good pop song. The fans enjoyed it. And then Halsey blew up. So yeah, I think she's still with G-Eazy. Let me know if that is the truth. But they got busted doing cocaine, so she's a partier. She definitely looks like a chill person. She's really pretty. So shout out to Halsey for doing something that I didn't really care for, but I also liked. It's not so bad. It wasn't so bad. That's all I can say. The performance wasn't so bad, and the SNL was not too bad. SNL used to be great. It's kind of like In Living Color. It was great back in the 90s and early 2000s, but then you had certain actors and certain comedians who made the show, and now it's like a younger group. You still have some throwbacks, some older comedians on there that still make the show good, but I don't know, it used to be better. Closer, it was good starting out, but way too overplayed. Now I can't stand it. Yeah, Closer. It was a good song, but now it is way too overplayed. So now, since we made it through that part of the show, we are going to move on to something I really want to talk about, which is new music. I have a song here that is special to me. It's one of my favorite new songs that I've written, and I'm just gonna play it for you guys and see what you think. Okay, so this song is by me, your boy Conscious Dot for Rock, Give It To You Raw, Clutch Destruct, Cause Catastrophe. It's your boy, aka the one with the podcast, the guy that you guys watch on Sunday. Actually, most people watch this after the podcast, which is weird, but yeah. So here we go. We are going to start the song. This is called Falling Apart by Conscious Dot. I produced, arranged, composed, and wrote the entire thing myself. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you for listening. And if you want to, this will be at like the 20-minute mark, like the 15 to 20-minute mark. So you guys can skip ahead and listen to the song. I'm adjacent to the spaces I frequent, never quite vibrating. I'm diving up off the weekend, a regular request to get the space in. Counteract the dream with a dose of reality. Fucked up melody, this is fatality. Conscious doctor, why you lining up to follow me? Evil to evil to evil, treat them how they treat you. My loyalty is lethal. I'm lying Yeah.
Woo! Super vibey. The vibes are real. It's one of my favorite songs that I've ever written, I think.
It's part of the album. So the reason I played the song is because I wanted to
Preview you guys one of the songs off my album. I've been previewing music over the past few months.
because I'm getting
Getting ready to release my first
solo album. It's
done projects for the bands before. I played bass with
bands and guitar and that kind of stuff.
but now this is a fully cloud rap hip hop style like vibe hip hop album. And I kind of wanted to. I looked at Pusha T had like one of the best years. Right?
He has a couple songs I don't really
Like, but I looked at the formula, and his formula was like 7 songs, and that was Kanye West idea. 7 songs, that's it. So I decided, why don't I take that same formula and even though it's
my first album, do it myself, like do 7 or 8 songs. So I'm doing 8 songs, could be 7. I might have one that doesn't make the cut, but I have them almost
all done. I have one more song I need to finish, and then
the album's finished. Then I just need to polish
everything up, which is something I've been doing. Is
like figuring out the arrangement for the choruses and the verses. So once I have those together, then my album's done. I'm
give it about a month. I would say about 1 month. I should be able to
gonna polish everything up, finish the album.
So I'm finally done writing all the songs. Now I just have to arrange everything,
Mix everything and put the masters together. Then I have to finish
the artwork for the album cover. If anybody has any
suggestions or art they'd like to share with me, I'm open. Conscious Doc, Egg.
crates and curtains.
That's the name of the album. The reason I'm
Calling it Egg Crates and Curtains.
is because the first vocal booth that I ever built in my new studio here was ghetto. It was literally egg crates and curtains. It was egg crates stapled to the wall with black curtains over them so you couldn't see them in like the corner of this room. And then I had the portable vocal stand there, so it was like that's how I
Was able to record vocals and not have a bunch of room reverb.
and all that. But yeah, I made a vocal
Makeshift vocal corner with Egg Crates
and curtains, and that's something that means something to me. So that's why I'm gonna call my.
first album Egg Crates and Curtains.
I think it's a cool name. I think it's weird. I think it's different, and that's kind of like just describes me. Somebody that's different and just innovative, I guess, with like the way I use my surroundings. So I'm excited for it. I think
I'm the only person
in Franklin, Pennsylvania that does a podcast. I hope not. There should be more people that do podcasts. If not, that sucks. Just start doing more. Start doing more. There's a lot of creative people in this area, and I'd like to see more of you either come on the podcast
or just make some
videos, like do a podcast or just do a live show. I know there's a lot of creative people in this area, so I'd love to see that. Next week we're
We're gonna have Cody Horning on. Sometime this week I could have Mike Ballett, aka Mike Moves, come on, and
he could possibly be doing
what would you say?
doing some beats with me. We're gonna try working together on some stuff to see what happens. So you guys might see some videos from that or hear some music from that. The next thing I just want to talk about real quick, don't forget truemerchco.us for clothing and t-shirts. You can also get custom shirts. So if you want something on a t-shirt, like if you want your face on a t-shirt, send me a picture. I'll edit it down, make a sweet graphic for it, put your face on a shirt, and print it and mail it to you. It's all digital printing, so everything lasts forever. I have shirts that I've worked in that are still in great shape. We use American Apparel and Gildan Blanks for all our shirts, and they're shipped directly to you in the package with my logo on it, with the True Merch Co shirts that I design. If you have something you want a shirt and you already have it designed, I'll do that too. The base cost is normally like $10 a shirt. So that's our custom price. If you want a shirt, we're doing them for $10. Most of the shirts are 15 to 20 that I've designed myself. So yeah, I work really hard to get this brand out there. I'm doing my best to kind of promote it while running a podcast and trying to promote my artist page and writing an album and working 2 jobs and trying to hold household together by myself. So it's a lot of work, but I believe that if I just work hard, I can achieve my dreams, and that's what I'm trying to do. It's why I'm so busy. It's why I never have time. It's why I never have time to really do what I want to do. But that's it. Also, if you guys are into martial arts, jiu-jitsu is one of those things that can really bring you together. So stop down on 13th Street. You can go to O'Reilly Martial Arts, and they
Tuesdays
and Thursdays from 6:30 to 8:30. It's 2 hours. Your first class is free. Go down to Sonic Jiu-Jitsu on 13th Street in the O'Reilly Martial Arts building. It's right there on 13th Street across from Rotten Ink, kind of catty corner. It's right there. You'll see it. It's Taekwondo. They also teach Taekwondo there, but the coach, Ben Quigley, he does the MMA and Jiu-Jitsu class. He's an amazing guy. I've had him on the podcast before. You can go back and watch that. I think it was episode 15. He's a really good guy. Him and Mike Farron both work out there. Dan Profit, Eric Gatesman, a few other people that I know, but it's a really good gym. It's really good people, and if you live in the area and you're looking to get in shape or you just want to try something new, try Jiu-Jitsu. It meant a lot to me when I did it. When things got too crazy working 2 jobs, I just don't have the time to make it there yet. But I'm actually working my new day job to hopefully not have to work 2 jobs anymore. It's something that's going to change eventually. I'm actually working towards that goal now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I kind of consider them one of our sponsors, even though it's not on paper. But I promote their gym because I think it's amazing. I think it's a good spot. So if you're looking for a good place to work out, O'Reilly Martial Arts, Thursdays at 6:30. First class is free. We always have sweet tea. Next, I just want to talk about that I'm still looking for people who are interested to come on the podcast. So if you want to come on and bullshit about something, if you have a topic that's really important to you, please just leave a comment on one of the videos or message me. My messenger kind of messes up, so I might not get to it, but I'll probably see it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'm not always on Messenger, so just try to comment on something I post. Just let me know. If you have my number, text me. Let me know you want to be on the podcast. I'm going to have Andrew Riddle on soon. I'm going to have Mike Farron on again, Mike Ballock, Cody Horn. Trying to get more people on just to kind of engage with the community. Other than that, I'm going to move on next to something I wanted to talk about, which is favorite artists and bands. So if you have favorite artists or bands, I want you to comment them in the comment section. And I'm going to go over my favorite bands and artists to kind of give you a spectrum of the kind of music I like. This is how different my spectrum of music is. I like Coheed and Cambria, My Chemical Romance, and Kings of Leon. Those 3 bands are vastly different. But I also love Super Duper Kyle, Post Malone, Panic at the Disco, Blink, Nas, MF Doom, Tribe Called Quest. Like, those are my tops, right? Those are my top artists and bands that I love. And that's like the culmination of what my album, like the influences there, like the writing style that I have. It's a mesh of my sound that's been developed over the years from the things that I've heard. And it's crazy because with this album, I finally found my sound, like what my music would sound like if it was the hip hop, the hippity hop. If it was the hippity hops, what would it sound like from my perspective? And this is the album that kind of gives you the insight into that. I still play guitar and I'm still writing other songs, but this is the hip hop album that I wanted to do, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. It'll be ready in about a month, so that kind of gives you an insight into like the music that I listen to almost daily. We're gonna move quickly to the end of the episode. Again, solo podcast. I don't spend a lot of time. I just go over the basics and put you guys with it. The end of the episode, we always do conscious question of the week. So the conscious question of the week is intelligence or wisdom more useful? If you want to, you can answer it in the comments. I think, is intelligence or wisdom more useful? I think intelligence is very useful. Wisdom is one of those things that you gain throughout your life. Wisdom is something that you learn by your mistakes and through your encounters with other people, and like wisdom's something you gain as you navigate through life. Intelligence is something that you can gain through practical use, through learning things. It's something you also gain if you're paying attention. You have to be conscious in order to have intelligence. Wisdom is something that can be basic. You can have wisdom about one thing and then be ignorant about another. You can be intelligent about one thing and be ignorant about the other. So it's kind of interchangeable. Is intelligence or wisdom more useful? Some could argue that they're the same thing, that intelligence is, the only way they could argue it differently is intelligence is the book version, wisdom is the wisdom is the subconscious intelligence. Wisdom is just the things that you inherently know. It's how you're able to approach life and give people advice based on different perspectives. You can look outside of yourself. I would say wisdom is more important because wisdom is the ability to be insightful, but also be just observant and have a good perspective on things. So wisdom, it's obviously the wisdom of elders and the wisdom of people who have been through more or even less. Just it's the wisdom of people that's shared through the generations. And intelligence is one of those things it's personal. So wisdom is shared, intelligence is personal. So I would say wisdom. That's what I'm going to say. So if you guys have an answer to that question, let me know. For next week, I'll read your answers. I didn't get any answers last week. So this week, the conscious question of the week is intelligence or wisdom more useful? With that, I think I'm going to play one more song for you guys, and then we're going to get out of here. And it's probably going to be... What should I play? How about a beat? I'll play a beat, and I'll see what you think about it. So here's a beat for you guys. It's called Fuck Off. It's called, I call this one Mind Mix. I haven't heard this beat in a while. I think I used it for a song. Nope. That's not it either. Let's see if I can find Crunchy Crisp beats. I name these beats really weird things.
Conscious music.
Here we go. I'm actually doing a song to this called Darkness. Don't try and hide the darkness inside. Something like that. I'm writing to it now. I haven't finished the All right, guys. That's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening. I'll see you next week, I guess, whenever we have some guests and we do a little bit of a longer episode. I'm going to break down an interview for you, and we're going to even play some games. Rhyme time is going to be making its return soon, so thank you so much for joining episode 37 of the Not So Bad podcast. Hopefully I kept true to form and it wasn't that bad. If it's not so bad, it's not so bad. It's the good, the ugly, and the not so bad. Thank you for watching the Not So Bad podcast. Bye, everybody. Now I'm going to get up. I'm going to come over there and I'm turn those cameras off because I'm by myself. I have to do it myself. Here we go. Walking around. Turn it off. Turn them off. Turning them off. Here we go. What's up?